Hey guys, it's M4J here, and welcome back to the Majeffries Network on OpenTTD. Now before I get fully into this episode, I do just want to point out something that you will notice a lot happening on screen. There was a Windows update fairly recently. I had to do a big update on my desktop. It's actually been a fair while since I did an update, or even restarted the desktop, so that's why that ended up being a big download. I think it was like 4 hours it took in total, but it's okay, it's all working smoothly. That's not the issue. The issue is I imagine lots of people have had this actually. I've been checking the forums and a few people have said about it. The right mouse click to pan around the map seems to be a bit juddery and not really working properly at the moment. I don't 100% know what it is. Apparently, I'm going by what's been written on the forum. Apparently it's to do with the fact that the game relies on older code for mouse movements and mouse gestures, whereas Windows has just done the big update which introduces new code. I'm going to go along with that as a fairly reasonable explanation. It's probably not true in the slightest, but to me it makes sense. So I'll go along with that for now until someone says otherwise. But that's made life a little bit difficult in terms of panning across the map. So anyone who suffers from motion sickness, I do apologise. Anyone who doesn't yet know they suffer from motion sickness, I'd most definitely apologise. The game is a little bit juddery in this episode. Also the fact that the actual time-lapse footage originally was only half an hour long. I don't know why I managed to build this line so quickly, because I'm sure in the past it's taken me upwards of an hour. I haven't built stations, and that's probably where the bulk of the time actually goes. So I will be building the stations in off camera, ready for Monday's episode. Although even in Monday's episode we're not really going to be doing this side of the line, we're going to be working on the other side. But you can see I'm surveying the route. The idea of this bit here is there's the line that juts out just after Buntbourne town and that currently goes to nowhere. And then there's Denston, which also currently goes to nowhere. We're going to join those two dots up in today's episode. So as I say, the actual time lapse was only half an hour to begin with. I've taken it to 15 minutes. I might even make it a little bit shorter actually, but then I'll have to plan this speech out a little bit better. In that case I won't be describing much about what's happening on screen. This will probably end up being a 10-minute video. I don't know if people are going to feel a bit shortchanged about that. I did say last time out that the episodes will be getting a little bit shorter over the next couple of weeks because I've got some major deadlines looming. The last of which is next Wednesday, or yeah, next Wednesday. I forget today's Friday. For some reason I thought today was the weekend and I was recording for Monday. No, today is Friday and I'm recording the audio for today's video. So the last of the big deadlines is this Wednesday coming, but I've got loads of important work to do over Christmas as well. It's unfortunate with the final year. Everything is really important. It's not really a case of can I prioritize this over this. The answer normally is no, you can't. You have to do everything and you have to put equal effort into all of it. So that does mean that the episodes will become a little bit shorter. It's my compromise to you guys. I don't want there to be no episodes, so I'm making shorter episodes. Plus, it fits in quite nicely with what we've got planned to do. We're filling in the dots, we're doing some small tweaks here and there. So it kind of makes sense that the episodes would be shorter anyway. So I'm going to use this time to read out some comments. I think I started last episode by talking about Lieutenant Joker. I have built a lot of stuff, yes. The game is suffering because of it. When I first loaded up the game today to record the footage for this and the mouse was juddering, I thought it was the game finally starting to pack in. Thankfully that doesn't seem to be the case. I've also downloaded the latest patch, that's what I wanted to start with. Joker's latest patch is out, I think it came out a little while ago. 1.18.11 is the latest patch. I haven't checked the notes or anything yet. I just went straight into building in this episode, so I don't know what the full change list is. But I'm looking forward to finding out. Even if it's just little tweaks here and there, it always improves the game, so it's cool. Next up, David Pasquale, who commented on Monday's episode, saying, I don't use the cargo flow legend much. That is true. And that's actually going to change in the next couple of weeks. As I say, we're going to be doing smaller episodes, which basically is going to be putting more trains out on the network and more vehicles. So one of the things I will definitely be looking at for the next couple of episodes is the cargo flow legend and working out which passengers want to go where and providing a service that allows them to do so. I also mentioned that I want to do a throwback episode. So David asks if I can, where is it? Use different, well, when I add new routes, use different names, try to make them unique, different rolling stock, or a different path. I'm not quite sure what you mean by different path, because I've planned these routes out quite a long time ago. So I'm not really going to deviate off those paths. And it's not like I'm copying what I did on the old map, because everything on this map is different, bar a couple of the names. So we'll see about that. But I like the idea of using different rolling stock. And he also wants me to use names that reflect the route. I'm happy to do that. The reason I open the suggestions up to you guys is because I want you to play a part in the series. But if you want me to name some of the routes myself, I'm happy to do that. They might not be the best names in the world, but I'll give it a go. That's for sure. Following on from that, Paul Ryan put a question in. Let me get the whole list up, actually. This is the whole list. Let me see if I can find all of the replies. That's what I want. Paul Ryan was asking about what the white lines are. You can see them on the screen right now. They're plans. They're plan lines. There are different white lines if you're using the cargo legend. But as I've not got the flow distribution up on the screen right now, what you're seeing are the plan lines. So if you go onto the map tool on the toolbar, if you hover over that or press and hold on that, there's an option that says plan list, and if you go on that you can select lines that plan your routes, which I think is really cool. It's a really nice addition. Paul also suggested the videos would benefit from an extended time-lapse segment at the end. I'm assuming he means of each episode, which is quite a lot of work, when we can see the network in operation in all its glory. If you mean the end of the series, that's not going to be anytime soon, so I'm assuming you mean the end of each episode. Maybe the big build episodes I can do a little bit of a, like if we build a brand new big station, I can do a little bit where I just hover over the station and maybe do a bit of a time lapse of trains going through. As I say, that adds to the time load. I think the software I use to edit my videos goes up to ×5 sped up. So in other words, an hour video can become 12 minutes. Something along those lines. So if I was to do a 5-minute time lapse, that means I'll have to record for 25 minutes. And it will escalate as you go up. Considering I'm short on time at the moment, it's a little bit unfeasible. Perhaps after Christmas, when the schedule eases up a little bit more, I can have a go at doing that. We'll see. For big episodes, perhaps. Big episodes. Not all episodes, just big episodes. And I think the final comment I'll read out is this one here from Chris Russell, who commented on the last episode to say that he's finally caught up. Now, he has admitted that he hasn't watched every single episode. That's fine. There are some episodes, even I will admit, there are some episodes that it is perhaps worth missing. I think a couple even leading up to episode 200. Even though it was quite valuable work getting prepared for episode 200, I do think that a couple of them, it was just filler. And there are times where I will admit that I've just put filler episodes in, mostly so that we can get to a milestone. Chris has said that he's watched all the milestone videos, and that's good. You know, if you watch all the milestone videos, you're essentially caught up. I think he's the first person who's watched from the very beginning right the way up to now and not followed it along the actual line. So he hasn't watched episode 1 when it first went out. He's watched it in the last few months. That has to be an achievement of some sort. I don't know what we're going to do about that, but that's cool. I really appreciate that. If anyone who's watching this episode wants to go back and watch the entire series, you're more than welcome to. And it means a lot that you would do that, because there's a lot of hours that have gone into making this series, and there's a lot of hours in this series. So it's always appreciated when someone does go and make the trek through all 200. It's not even 209. It's 214, I think, if you include all the specials that we did around 100 and 150. But yeah, that's about it really for this episode. I'm not going to say really what you're seeing on your screen, because I'm going to change the timing of the video, so it's a very good chance that what I'm seeing at the moment is not what you'll be seeing. But we built the line, we've done the signalling. Off camera, I'll build the stations and everything. And then next time when we come back, we're actually going to be extending from Denston down to the southeast. It's the first time we're going to venture into the southeast region of the map. So I'm really looking forward to that, because apart from the planning, I've never been down that part of the map before. So I've absolutely no idea what there is down in that area. But that is the end of this episode, guys. So thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and of course if you're enjoying the series. Drop some comments down below with ideas for future episodes. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button. If you have already subscribed to the channel, thank you guys for your continued support. And until next time, I will see you soon.